Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today I'm going to continue with my chick flick destruction review of one of the worst abortions ever put on celluloid, and that is the 1990 movie Pretty Woman. This is part 3 of my review, and I'm going to take as long as I have to because that thing was a fucking, oh my God, what a piece of shit that was, all right? It was a horrible movie. Well, okay, it wasn't horrible, but it definitely didn't send a good message, okay? It was bullshit. Now, yes, you can make all movies are bullshit. Of course they are, okay? But the difference is, when I finish watching, an Avengers fucking movie, I know that shit ain't gonna fucking happen to me in real life once I walk out the theater. Okay. Unfortunately, a lot of women thought this shit was really gonna fucking happen to them. Okay. Yeah. God damn it. All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna review Pretty Woman. This is part of my chick flick destruction. I have not seen this movie in a very long time. I'm watching it again here, and I'm starting to remember now why it did not have an effect on me. Okay. I have seen this movie before. Okay, like I said, it didn't really influence me, or wasn't really that special to me. It wasn't really worth remembering. Although I know a lot of women love this fucking movie. They fucking love this movie. Oh my God, dude. Women use this movie the way guys use porn. It's unfucking believable, dude. The vibrators just come out once you mention Pretty Woman. It's unfucking believable. But anyway, so the point here is that I am going to give you a straight man's point of view. That's what I do here. I don't lie here. I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. The real question is, can you handle it? Can you handle the truth coming from a straight guy and what guys really think about this fucking movie and the message it sends, the acting, the whole fucking thing, all right? I'm going to dissect this fucking movie and destroy it completely. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and I'm finally going to do it, dude. I'm going to fucking climb Mount Everest because this is up there with your all's favorite chick flicks and shit. And I was around back when this movie came out, so I remember the effect it had on women, even though I only watched it a couple times in my life. Okay, here. So that's what I'm gonna do here, chick flick destruction. Okay, so please join me while I tell you what's really going on with this bullshit narrative that's being fucking spouted here. Okay, now I mentioned in the past few videos that I did that Gary Marshall, the Gary Marshall, the guy that created Happy Days and Mork and Mindy and all that shit, he directed this movie, and this movie was written by some fucking gay guy. I don't fucking remember his name. Look it up. I don't give a shit. The same guy that wrote Under Siege, both Under Siege movies. Yeah, that's who he is. Okay, and this movie was Richard Gere's movie. He was the star of the movie. Julia Roberts was the co-star, but she became a star after this movie because she did not have nearly the amount of clout that Richard Gere had at the time. He was already famous for doing several chick flicks. He had done American Gigolo, which made him like a sex symbol, I guess. And then he also did Officer and Gentleman, which is a movie I've seen. I'm gonna have to review that movie because I love that movie. That's actually a really good movie. That's not a movie I would destroy. That'd be in my category of like good chick flicks. And I'm gonna start making those videos too because I've seen some good ones. It's just most of them are bullshit. And this is a perfect example. Okay, and I'm gonna point out in this video why this movie is a piece of shit and why it sends the wrong message. Okay, now I'm already famous because I did that to Sex and the City. I already reviewed every single episode of Sex and the City. I did all the movies. I did the new piece of shit TV show. I did the whole fucking thing. All right, so I know what I'm talking about as far as this fucking genre and these tropes and all the fucking bullshit. Okay, so I'm gonna rip this movie apart. Okay, now a couple of things I did do some research on this movie. I did find out. I remember in the other video I said that I didn't know how old Richard Gere was. He was somewhere between 35 and 45. So far in the movie, they don't tell us how old he is. But Richard Gere was 40 years old when he filmed this movie. Okay, so he's 40. So I'm guessing his character Ed Lewis is also 40 years old. Richard Gere also, believe it or not, Richard Gere also wrote, composed, and played. Yeah, the actual fucking theme to this, the musical theme to this movie. He wrote it, he composed it, he played it. Yeah, Richard Gere. Holy shit, he wasn't just an actor in this movie. Okay, something y'all probably know about this already. Richard Gere was married twice. One of his marriages was to Cindy Crawford. And there's also a rumor about the gerbil. Okay, now you can do your own research on that, but there was an incident in an emergency room where there was a gerbil involved, and his ass was involved too. All right, so look that up. I don't know, it's an urban legend. Okay, that happened. But what I know for sure really did happen okay, was in 1993 at the Academy Awards. Richard Gere was presenting an award. It was some sort of like an industrial award. It had something to do with effects or something, or lighting, or best, you know, something like that. It was a technical award. It wasn't like an actress or anything like that. But he was presenting it in 1993, and instead of reading off the telemonitor, he actually went into some fucking speech condemning China. Yeah, he condemned China. He was immediately blacklisted the next day, and I think it was I think he did like a mainstream Hollywood movie like around 2000, I think, and that was it. After that, that was it. He did strictly independent movies after that. That's why he never became a big name again. It's because he got blacklisted for talking shit about China, which in 1993, that was an emerging market. Okay, a lot of Hollywood, even to this day, they're still trying to sell shit to China. Now, recently, they started pulling back from that because what they found out is they make all these movies for China, but China doesn't actually watch those movies. They're making their own movies. So they're not making as much money as they used to. So now they kind of quit doing that because China has been like a big market for Hollywood for a long time now. They really have. A lot of the movies that you see, these fucking movies, you wonder, why the fuck are they making sequels to all these fucking movies that everybody fucking hated? Well, it's because they made money over there. They didn't make money here. Here, they're like the Resident Evil. Holy shit, dude. Nobody went to go see that shit here. It was a joke. They kept popping out fucking sequels over and over again, you know? The husband was the director, you know? Paul W. Anderson was the fucking director, and his wife, Mila Jovovich, was a star. So he just kept pumping out these fucking movies, okay? And you kept wondering, why is there a Resident Evil Part 6? When, you know, when I went to go see Part 3, there was like 5 people in theater. Well, that's why, because in China and Japan, they were fucking spending money on those movies. That's why. That's why they kept making them. Okay. Well, now China's making their own. They limit how many movies are coming over there, and now they're like just making their own movies now, and they don't really like America. Okay. And they don't allow gay shit over there. So if there's a gay scene in a movie like Star Wars in America, they cut that scene out in China because that's LGBTQ representation, right? Right, Disney. Okay, but yeah, that's what happens. Okay, if anything gay related or anything to do with like ghosts or spirits, that shit does not fucking fly in China. Okay, they don't want to see it. Ghostbusters. No, that's not going to China. Fuck that noise. Okay, because that is fucking. They don't believe in the supernatural shit. It goes against their beliefs, you know, and they don't allow that shit over there. Okay, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because Richard Gere's career never really recovered after that. He did some independent movies. He did some movies that were really pretty good. Like I think he did like Summersby or something like that with Jodie Foster. You know, he did a couple of really good movies. You know, where he got like critically acclaimed, but mainstream Hollywood kind of fucking pushed him away after 1993. After that speech he made condemning China for all their fucking human rights violations that they have over there, which they do, by the way. And you don't see anybody fucking going to China and schooling them on fucking, you know, feminism or any of that shit, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I got that out of the way, okay? But like I said, Richard Gere, yeah, he had a lot more to do with this movie than just starring it. All right. Now, let's continue with the review. Where we left off last time, what's her name? Vivian, that's Julia Roberts' character. I'm going to have to drink an energy drink to get through this. She propositions Richard Gere. He's driving his friend, Philip Tucky, whatever, is Jason Alexander's character. He's driving his Spirit. His Lotus Spirit, his 1991 Lotus Spirit, which is a very expensive. They don't make those anymore. They quit making them in 2004. But it was a very expensive car. Okay, which is the reason she came up to him. He's got money to drive a car like that. Okay, sure enough, he does have money. So she asks him, you know, if your proposition. He says, I just want directions to Beverly Hills. She says $5. He's like, you can't do that. You can't charge people for directions. And she's like, well, the price just went up to $10. Okay. He's like, that's ridiculous. He's like, no, hey, you're the one that's lost. I'm not. And she starts walking away. He's like, okay, fine, whatever. Here, you got change for a 20. And she's like, for $20, I will take you there myself. You know, she gets in the car with him, you know? So he's like, okay, fine, whatever. So he starts driving around. She starts realizing that he's having a hard time driving. He's not used to driving the stick shift. He only drives standard. Okay. Hey, a lot of people cannot drive a stick shift, all right? But apparently she knows how. Okay, she learned it in Middleton, fucking Minnesota. I guess that's where she's from. Like I said, she's from some little fucking hick town. Okay, in fucking rural America, and she just ended up in L.A. and became a fucking prostitute, a hooker. Okay, so that's going on. Okay, Ed already been to. Okay, so she's impressed with the car. Okay, she knows it's a 4-cylinder, which Richard Gere did not know. Okay. Apparently, the boys that she hung out with when she was in 5th grade worked on cars all the time, and so she learned a lot about cars from him. So Ed Richard Gere, he realized that, maybe she should be fucking driving this car because she tells him, hey, listen, you're shifting the wrong. It's a standard H, a clutch adjustment. You're shifting it wrong. You're going to blow out your fucking transmission. He's like, you know what? You're driving. I'm getting in the passenger seat. So they switch because she knows how to drive the car. Of course, she starts gunning it. She's not used to driving a fucking high-class vehicle like this. Okay, she starts gunning it, which kind of like scares him because he's very reserved. Ed is a very reserved person. He keeps to himself a lot. He doesn't really get personal. He's very stoic. He's very intellectual. He thinks about everything. He doesn't fucking joke about money. He's very just like introverted as far as stuff like that goes. And she's driving fast. He's like, oh damn, holy shit, I could die in this fucking car. All right, because she's kind of that way. Okay. And so she tells him, she's from, like I said, Milledgeville, Georgia. Sorry, not Minnesota, Georgia. Okay. And the boys she hung out with in 5th grade taught her how to drive a standard. Okay. She's like, what was your first car? And he says, like, my first car was a limousine. So that tells me that Ed was born rich, which I assumed he was. Like I said in my last video, most people that are rich were born rich. They inherited it. They got a trust fund, something like that. Okay, so it's very, people like that are very used to other people respecting them and serving them. Okay, especially in this hotel that they're about to go to. Okay, everybody there, and I've worked in hotels. I know what it's like. Okay, you bend over backwards for the guest. Whatever the fucking guest wants, short of being illegal, you fucking do it. And even illegal is not an obstacle for everybody. Okay, yeah, whatever they fucking want, you do it. Okay, it's all about customer service. It's all about fucking kissing the customer's ass. Absolutely. So a guy like this who was born wealthy and is still and making even more money off of his inherited wealth is used to people kissing his ass everywhere he goes. So he's not used to having people just be real with them. Okay, just act treat them like a normal person. He's used to being respected. Okay. So like I said, yeah, his first car was a limo. Okay. So like I said, she criticizes his driving. Okay. She's flying down the road. Okay, he starts talking about the money situation. Okay, he asks her, "Hey, how much money do you make? How much money do you make doing this?" She tells him that she makes it's $100. He's like, "Oh, $100 a night? Really?" She's like, "No, it's $100 an hour," because that's what her roommate Kit told her to charge him, a minimum of $100. Okay, it's like, really? Okay, $100 an hour, and your boots there have a fucking pin holding them up, holding them closed. He's like, you got to be joking. Now, $100 was a lot more in 1990 or 1989 when this movie takes place. It went a lot more back then than it does today. Okay, so he's like, you got to be joking, and she's like, I never joke about money. He's like, well, neither do I. Okay, $100 an hour. That's pretty stiff. And she immediately fucking puts her hand on his crotch. Yeah, she fucking grabs his fucking junk, And she's like, oh, well, not yet, but it has potential, while she's fucking clutching his fucking, his cock. Yeah, I'm like, well, that right there tipped me off. He's going to fuck her. He is going to fuck her because I know that happens in real life. It's happened to me before. And I've never, ever not had sex with a woman that did that to me. So, yeah, I know he's going to fuck. It's just a matter of time. So, any sort of will they, won't they is gone now. Okay, she already grabbed his cock. All right? So, now he's not used to that. Okay, he's not used to a woman just blatantly grabbing him there. Okay? So, you could tell he's kind of impressed by her, but kind of scared of her in a way. Like she's driving really fast. And he's not used to talking to someone like this, okay? He knows nothing about the lifestyle of a hooker. He doesn't know what they charge. He doesn't know how they got into it. He doesn't know what they do with their money. He can guess about these things, but to him, she's like imagine like you're hosting a foreign exchange student in your house, okay? And they show up and they're having a hard time with English. And what do? The first thing you do when you bring in a foreign exchange student in your house, you start asking them questions about their fucking country, okay? Because to you, that's like, oh my God, I don't know, what's it like over there? What do y'all eat? What do y'all do? What kind of music you listen to? Blah, blah, blah. What kind of movies do you watch? Blah, blah, blah. That kind of shit, okay? And that's basically where Ed Lewis is with this girl. He's not used to seeing some fucking, I'm going to just say it, okay, a white trash girl, okay, who sells her snatch on the street. He's not used to that. He's not used to that being surrounded by someone like that, talking to someone like that, associating with someone like that. He is not used to these things. So it's a novelty for him to talk to somebody like that, which is very classist, okay, very elitist, okay? Because obviously this is not someone he would associate with in the real world. If the circumstances of him being lost and driving a car he doesn't really understand in a city he's not used to, if these things hadn't all come together, he never would have met this girl, okay? So he never would have associated with someone like this. You see what I mean? So for him, it's like, of course, he's slumming it. In his own mind, he can tell he's slumming it. And even later on in the movie, he will look down on her like, oh, really? That's what you do. You know, he'll be very embarrassed by her and stuff, you know, which someone of his, you know, social standing is above her, you know, would, okay? Which is another reason why this is bullshit, okay? A guy like that is not going to hang out with a street hooker. It's not. I mean, Hugh Grant aside, okay, that was just a blow. He didn't even leave the fucking parking lot. Okay, when he got arrested, okay, he didn't take her back to his fucking hotel room. I mean, fuck, he had a girlfriend, fucking Elizabeth Burke. I mean, not Elizabeth Birthday, but what's her name? You know what I'm talking about. So, like, what the fuck? Okay, this guy, he's letting her drive his friend's car. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, he's very like, who is this girl? He's treating this girl like she's an alien creature, and he's kind of like interested. Well, how does this work? How does this person work? How do they live? What do they think about? You know, because he's not used to being around someone like that. Now, that does not necessarily translate into attraction. Just because I'm not used to someone's, you know, their lifestyle, their circumstances, doesn't mean I'm attracted to him just because I'm asking him questions. I think he's just legitimately interested in her, okay? And I got to tell you something. Earlier in this movie, when Vivian was walking down Hollywood Boulevard and she was walking across dead people and cops and junkies and other prostitutes, she acted very timid, very scared, like very shocked by her surroundings, you know? But now that she's with this guy, she's at ease. Okay, she's Miss Personality. She's just talking up a storm. Like she has no problem communicating with guys. She has no problem being around guys. She's not intimidated by men at all. She's more intimidated by his wealth and his social status because she has no idea what that's like. But she's not intimidated by him personally. Okay, he's just another fucking dude who wants to fuck her, okay? She goes through that every fucking day. That's no big deal. That doesn't fucking intimidate her. That doesn't fucking make her like shy around him or anything like that. You know, if she's shy about anything, it's about the fact that he has so many resources that she does not have access to. Okay, so that's the only thing that kind of makes her nervous around him. But she buries that down between like, hey, you know what? Bottom line is you want to fuck me. That trumps any sort of fear that I might have of you. Okay, I already know you want to fuck me. Okay, every guy wants to fuck me. Okay, so that's where she's getting her confidence from. You can tell that's what gives her the ability to talk back to him, to fucking to make fun of him, you know, whatever, you know, to call him out, you know. That's where it comes from. Okay, well, I know you want to fuck me, so I can use that as leverage to start taking shots at you to get you to do what I want. You see what I mean? Okay. And of course, because he's a super rich fucking millionaire, Christian Grey, attractive, smart, successful, handsome, fucking witty, guy. Yeah, of course he's intimidated by her. Of course he is. Of course he is. Right? Right? Okay. So neither do I. Okay, whatever. Blah, blah. Okay, so yeah. So like I said, she grabs his crotch and he just fucking stares at her. Okay. Now the fact that she grabbed his crotch, to me, it's a red flag. And it's a green flag. Okay, it's a red flag because if I was this guy, if I was Edward, I'm pretty sure he thinks this as well. The first thing he would think about, the first thing I would think about if I was his character was like, okay, so this girl has no problem grabbing a guy by the crotch. Okay, which tells me, okay, she's done this before. Okay, she is the girl that will fucking grab a guy's crotch. She will initiate the sex. Okay, a guy doesn't have to do anything. To get her horny, she's ready to go at a moment's notice, okay? And she will fucking grab you, okay? So in other words, she does this a lot. So that is a red flag if you're looking to be like in a relationship or take her seriously. That would be a red flag. If a girl wants to fuck me within like 5 minutes of meeting me, I already know that she's used to fucking guys within 5 minutes of meeting her, okay? So I already know that. That doesn't mean I won't fuck her. If she's attractive, I probably will, okay? I'm not gonna lie here. I'll tell you the truth, straight from the point of view. But would I like see her again or take her to a Chic-Flick or take her on a romantic date? Fuck no, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Okay, because she's a fucking whore. Now, You can say, oh, that's judgmental. You're slut shame. No, it's my preference. Okay, it's easier to fuck a whore. Okay, it's always easier for a guy to fuck a whore. Okay, because they give it away. Okay, it's harder to win a girl over. Okay, where you come into the problems here is we got a guy who's used to fucking everyone on the first night, and then all of a sudden she decides for some crazy ass reason, you know what? I think the next guy I'm going to take my time with. I think next time I want to get to know him. Maybe on the third date, I'll let him kiss me, and maybe if we like each other, if I'm really crazy about him, then I'll fuck him like after like 3 weeks or okay. When that kind of shit happens, that's a red flag. That's like okay, fuck you, bitch. Okay, no more fucking free dinners. Okay, no more free fucking theater events. No more free concerts for you, you fucking bitch. Why do I gotta work so hard for you when all these other guys didn't? Okay, you see what I mean? You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, okay? So, yeah, you can't really turn a girl back once she's already one way. You can't really turn her back into being, I mean, she can change her behavior, okay? But that's not going to change what she's already done, what she's capable of. You see what I mean? It's like if you're a porn star and all of a sudden you decide to quit porn and just marry a normal guy. Well, how many normal guys are going to take you? Not the kind that you want, that's for sure. Any guy with any sort of self-respect is not going to marry you. You see what I mean? So it's a catch-22. Hey, I never said date was easy for girls. It's a balance that you all have to do. It's not easy for us either, okay? If you get anything out of these videos, it's not easy for us either. I'm trying to point out some of the shit that we have to go through that's not fair to us either, okay? But the stuff that women have to go through, yeah, absolutely, okay? Yes, if you're attractive, you'll have no problem getting a guy, okay? But it's not going to be the kind of guy you want. It's the kind of guy that you can walk all over, okay? It's not going to be a guy like this guy. Like Ed Lewis. It's definitely not going to be a guy like that, all right? In real life, a guy like this, would he ever get a prostitute? Yes, maybe he would. In this situation, it's believable that he would pay her and fuck her. That is believable. But would he fall in love with her? Fuck no. Fuck no. But we haven't gotten to that yet. Okay. So she's driving like a fucking, like a race car driver. She gets to the hotel, okay? The valet guy takes her from there, you know. He thanks her, you know, for taking him back to his hotel room, you know. And she says with the $20 that he gave her already, she's gonna fucking take a cab back to the office, which means Hollywood Boulevard, okay. But instead, he does notice that she doesn't actually hail a cab. She actually just sits and waits for the bus. So I don't know if he feels sorry for her. I think there's a little bit of I feel sorry for her, and also a bit of like, hey, you know, it's an easy lay. It's an easy lay. You know, I could go up in that room in my hotel and just do some work and go to sleep and not sleep because apparently he doesn't sleep very well. Okay. Or I can fucking spend some more time asking this fucking hooker some questions, you know, about her lifestyle because I don't know nothing about this lifestyle that she has. You know, like what does she do in her spare time? Like what kind of food does she eat? Where's she been? You know, and I'm going to get laid for it. You know, I know she's charged me $100, whatever. Fuck it, I got $100. I don't wipe my ass with $100, so fuck it, why not? It'll be fun. That's what he's thinking, ladies. That's what he's thinking. None of this fucking romantic shit that he says, like, hey, if you're not doing anything tonight, would you accompany me up to my room? No, none of that bullshit. He's saying that for her benefit, because he's not used to being just blatantly disrespectful to anybody, much less a woman, a pretty girl. And yes, Julia Roberts is pretty in this movie. She's got the Carol Channing blonde bob wig on. Okay, she's got the tight fucking blue skirt. You know, she's got the thigh-high fucking black leather stilettos, you know, boots. You know, she got the tight white, you know, top, you know. She got no tits, but she's still a pretty guy. I'd fuck her. I would. I ain't gonna lie. I may not like Julia Roberts as a person, but I'd have sex with her. Oh, yeah, of course I would. Of course I would. You know? Yeah, it's an easy lay. She's pretty. It's an easy lay. Hey, I don't even live here. Who the fuck's going to find out about this? Okay? Nobody. Fuck it. Come on up. I mean, hey, we've all been there. And you women have been there too, okay? You know, I've been there myself. Like, hey, you know what? Come on. Fuck it. Let's just do this. And it's an easy lay. It's an easy lay. He doesn't have to try hard. Okay, $100. What the fuck is $100 to him? This guy's a fucking multi-millionaire. Okay, what's $100 to him? Nothing. It's nothing. Okay. So he offers her $100 to come back to his room. Okay. Now he puts his coat on her. Now she was sitting on his coat in the car. That's one of the reasons he switched seats with her. But he's got this big fucking overcoat. And he puts it on her because The hotel that he's staying at, it's a 5-star hotel. I don't know what hotel it is, but it's a 5-star hotel in Beverly Hills, and they sure as fuck are not going to let a street hooker in there. Okay, fuck no. Once they walk in, he's got to cover her up. Okay, and she's aware of this. She's like, she doesn't realize it until he tells her this. This is why I got to cover you up. They don't allow fucking street hookers in this place. Okay, so when she walks in the lobby, she's all automatically fucking like dumbfounded by the how luxurious this hotel, just the lobby alone, and of course there's nothing but old white people in there, but old rich white people in there. Okay. So he goes to the front desk. He checks his messages. He has the front desk go, hey, he orders a bottle of champagne and some strawberries up to his room. Absolutely, Mr. Lewis. I'll be right up. That kind of thing. Yeah, he gets a lot of respect. I mean, of course, a hotel like this, fuck yeah, they're going to kiss their fucking client's ass all the way. So, and I've worked in hotels. I know. All right. So they walk over to the elevator. There's an old couple there. And of course, Vivian decides to make a little scene. She says, oh my God, I got to run in my stocking. She opens up the coat so this couple can see what she's wearing. And she pulls up her thigh and her leg, and she's like, oh, wait a minute. I don't have any pantyhose on. And of course, Ed is just fucking embarrassed as fuck. These are his peers. Like if you're staying at this hotel, that means you have money to stay in this hotel. Okay. He clearly has money to stay in this hotel, and so do the other people that are there. Okay. And these people, okay, are his contemporaries, and they would never have like a fucking street hooker in there. Okay, so he's extremely embarrassed by this girl. Okay, and she goes in the elevator, and they got a couch in the elevator. Holy shit, yeah. And they got an elevator guy. Like, what the fuck? All you gotta do is push a fucking button. But they got an elevator guy. Hey, this is 1989. Okay, so of course the old couple doesn't want to go in there. The wife even tells him to fucking dry your eyes out or some shit, some stupid like that. Okay, he goes in there. They go in the elevator. Of course, the elevator operator, he's obviously not rich enough to stay in this hotel. He just works there. And he's fucking turned on by this. He's like, oh my God. He's like this, like, oh shit, we got a street hooker in here. I've never seen one of those and not here. He's just fucking lecherous and shit. And he's trying to hide it in front of fucking Ed. But he can't. He's just like, he's really excited about this. And of course he walks them to the room, and he starts eyeballing. He's eyeballing Vivian like the whole time because he is, yeah, like I said, he's not a rich guy. He hears this hot girl going into a room with this fucking super rich fucking Bruce Wayne, basically. So it's like, yeah, even fucking Ed's like, hey, dude, quit looking at my fucking street hooker that way, okay? So he finally gets the hit and he leaves, all right? Okay, so that's going on here, and it looks like Ed has a trouble opening his room because back then they came up with a new device called a fucking card. Yes, those cards you put in hotels and motels? Okay, those are brand new back in 1989. Okay, so he actually says something. He's having a hard time getting it to turn green. So he goes, oh my God, I miss the days when they had keys, Yeah, that was a long time. This movie's old. All right? So Vivian goes in there with him, and she's impressed by how beautiful the room is. It's a penthouse suite. It's got several rooms in there, probably a couple of bathrooms. I stayed at a suite like this that was a little bit bigger when I was in Vegas. I stayed at the Bellagio, and I stayed at the room at the very top floor. I think it was the 15th floor of the Bellagio. It might have been the 10th floor. I don't remember for sure. We stayed in a room like this. Okay, but more modern, of course. This was a couple of years ago. Okay, at the Bellagio in Vegas, we had everything. It had a refrigerator, 2 bathrooms. It had those mirrors in there in the bathroom. The mirror that has the TV set built into it, into the mirror. You all know what I'm talking about, where you can actually watch TV inside the mirror of the fucking bathroom that you're in. Yeah, one of those. Okay, so I know what it's like to stay in a nice room like that with a full bar. A dining room inside your room. I mean, yeah, it's expensive as fuck, but it's nice. It really is nice, and you can see at the Bellagio, you can see the light show coming out from the water. Beautiful. But anyway. So I was awestruck the first time I stayed in a room like that, and she's awestruck in this room too. Like, oh my God, And she mentions the penthouse. Oh my God, look at this view. He goes, I never go out there. She's like, why not? He's like, I'm afraid of heights. He's like, well, then why did you get the penthouse suite? He's like, because it's the best. If they had a penthouse suite on the first floor, I would have gotten that one. So he's used to having the finer things in life. His pedigree is pretty high up there. Okay, like I say, he's born rich. He's super wealthy. He's super cultured. Okay, he didn't give a shit. Okay, All he cares about is his business deals, apparently, because he's got work on the table there, or on the desk. Okay, so he's very materialistic. Okay, now he's not sure why he invites her up. He tells her that they have a little. Well, why'd you invite me up here? He's like, oh, I'm not sure. I didn't really plan this whole thing. Well, I tell you why he invited her up, because she's an easy lay. I mean, he can either go to bed alone, or he can go to bed fucking her. And so far, he likes her. Not likes her like I'm in love with her or anything like that. No, but he likes her like, hey, she's pretty, she's funny to talk to. I'm not used to being around people like this, women of this low class. So yeah, I'm gonna find a music. And hey, dude, what the fuck, man? I'm gonna get laid, so fuck it. He's like, $100 is that ain't shit to me. I don't wipe my ass with that. Yeah, what the fuck? That's why she's there. Okay. But he kind of makes her earn that $100. He doesn't just want to, okay, I already paid you, now get over here. No, he's going to play it the right way, the suave way, and I'll get to that. Okay, so he invited her up. Okay, he said he usually plans things, and she says, like, well, I don't plan nothing. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. And then she sits on the floor, not on a chair, not not a couch. She sits on the fucking floor. It's a nice floor. It's the rug is beautiful. She's like, you know what? Might get me in a better mood though if you pay me. So he's like, oh yes, of course, yes. Well, I assume that cash will be acceptable. She's like, oh, I can always accept cash. So he pays her the fucking $100, $100 bill. Okay. And then she's like, oh, okay. She takes the money, and then she goes into her boot, one of her fucking thigh-high boots. Okay, and then she pulls out a collection of fucking condoms of different colors. They're all different colors, but she saved the best for last. She's got this little coin that's got a golden condom. This is, I got one gold condom left. This is the condom of champions. One gold coin condom. She ain't nothing getting through this motherfucker. And he's just like, oh, wait. See, he doesn't want it. He's not paying her for sex. I mean, he is. But he's paying her for an experience. Okay, I got this low-class fucking slut who's basically in awe of everything of my lifestyle completely, because it's not what she's used to. So I can basically do whatever the hell I want with her. She wants $100. Shit, that's nothing. There's $100. But he doesn't just want to fuck her. Okay, he wants an experience. Okay, he's already gotten to know her. Even though she's a street hooker, in real life, a guy like this, he wouldn't even pick up a street, but of course the circumstances didn't allow it. But in real life, someone like this would have had an assistant procure the hooker for him. And he wouldn't have to go through this whole song and dance of talking to her and asking her where she's from or any of that kind of shit. He wouldn't have done all that. He would have fucking paid her the money, fucked the shit out of her, and then fucking kicked her out before he went to bed. That's what would happen realistically. But because of the circumstances of this movie, he decides for whatever reason that he wants to get to know her better, for whatever fucking reason. And once she turned this whole talking back and forth thing into a business transaction, that turns him off. He doesn't really want just to fuck her. He kind of wants her to kind of worship him a little bit. Yeah, he's vain. He's materialistic. Okay, he kind of wants her to fucking to tell him, who she is. He kind of wants to get to know who she is, okay? Which is not realistic, okay? Like I said, a guy like this wouldn't give two fucking shits about whether her dad abused her or how many guys she hung out with or that she fucked all of them in fucking Millet, fucking Georgia, wherever the fuck she's from, butt-fucked Egypt, where the fuck she's from. A guy would not ask those things. But in this movie, that's what the billionaires do. They want to really get to know the feelings of the street hooker. What are her thoughts? What are her fantasies? What kind of shows does she like? What kind of food does she like to eat? Where's she been? All these stupid shit that never would happen in fucking real life. Okay, not realistic at all. Okay, he doesn't want this as just a transaction. He wants to get to know her. He's paying to get to know her, not to fuck her. Which, like I said, is bullshit. Okay, if this guy really was as business minded as he is, if this guy was really about managing his time and not wasting it, this would have been more of a financial transaction than a personal one, okay? He would have said, hey, I paid your money, let's get this over, let me get my nut, and then you can fucking go, okay? You can go back to your fucking office. He would have said it the way I said it, okay? He's not an asshole, but he would have done it that way. This is what would have been thinking. Okay, come over here, just get started, make me feel good, and now get out, okay? That's what would happen realistically, but not in this movie. Why? Because this movie was written by a gay guy, and it's a fucking chick flick, okay? So that's why. All right, so I'm going to stop my review right here. This is the end of part 3 of my review of Pretty Fucking Bitchy, Awful, Slutty Woman. And I will be back shortly with part 4. Thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.